1. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. Today I have a very special guest, blast from the past. Kristine is in the building. How you doing, Kristine?
I am so fucking excited right now. I'm tired, but I'm excited.
Oh, I'm tired too. I am tired too. But you had a full week, or?
I did. Almost, kind of. Yes, I'll just say yes. Long story. Yes, it is. But happy fucking Friday. It is the weekend, and this is the perfect start to a weekend.
I'm glad that you feel that way. I'm super thankful that you decided to come on and open up, share your story, and reconnect. It's been way too long, so I'm glad we can make this happen.
Yeah, same.
So for those who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, we do some intro questions, some warm-up questions to set the tone, and then we get into the main portion of the podcast where you choose a number between 1 and 34. There is a little bit of a different thing going on. I'm still trying to figure out the format, but I've broken down the questions into 3 levels, basically easy, medium, hard. It's a ABC kind of thing. A is the hardest, B is medium, and C is the easiest. All subjective. It's what I think people have a hard time answering and whatnot, but I'm sure you won't have a problem.
Okay, don't try to hype me up too much.
For sure.
I have a hard time answering some questions, okay?
I got you. Yeah, so if you do, feel free to pass. No pressure. And yeah, you sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Okay. Well, let me just move this right here because the screen was in the thing. But anyways, my very first question is, how have you been? It's been a crazy year. You've been doing well, going through it. How you been?
All of the above. There are moments where things are great. There are some moments where you're reminded of how tough things are. The climate of the world in all different aspects, it's just all over the place. So thinking about how I am relatively, I guess I'd say fantastic.
I gotcha.
We're all going through it, and I'm grateful to have cats now that help me through the way. Having some support from my family and my partner is truly a blessing. So yeah, pretty good. Life is interesting and fantastic and scary and hard, but all those things lead to a good place.
Yeah, no, it's an experience for sure.
Yeah.
So I think you're probably the first healthcare professional that I've had on the show.
Okay.
So I do want to.
Interesting.
So I do want to ask you if how has it been like? It's different for you than a regular person going through the pandemic. I can imagine it can be a little more stressful because you have like maybe this insight that most people don't have, and you see all these arguments and points of views, and you kind of just want to tell me how it could be different, how it's been different for you.
I mean, you're bringing up a lot of really good points, because that is true generally for us healthcare workers, but at the same time, it's also kind of nice having one thing that hasn't necessarily changed. I still have my job, and I still have this routine that I go to every day. So in a sense, a lot has changed because, in a sense, a lot has changed because the specific things that I do for the people that I see and the things that I do to go to work are a little out of the ordinary from what I'm used to, but I still wake up at the same time. I still go into the hospital. I still see the people that I would normally see as if it wasn't a pandemic. And I'm grateful to still have the support people in my cohort, you know, and who are going through the same things that I am. In terms of like how it's actually changed my job, it's so hard to speak for all of the nurses out there because I do case management. You know, I don't go to the bedside anymore. I don't actually see the people that I'm treating. So what's changed is that I can only talk to my patients over the phone, and it's hard to make a true connection with them and how they feel. And I'm going by what they say and not being able to feel like, you know, what it's like to be in that same space as they are. So I do feel for all the people out there who are still going to the bedside and actually providing care to all the physical ailments that patients are going through. And I'm just here doing my best to plan ahead and make sure people get all the things that they need and try to stay safe at home. So it's a struggle, and I'm grateful to have like systems that are helping us adapt, and you know, we're learning as we go.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, you know, aside from the negative stuff, I'm glad to hear you're doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I do have an icebreaker for you. It is
Okay.
It's a one-word spelling bee.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, I suck at spelling.
It's up to you.
And math, I guess. Okay, fine. Well, let's go for it.
All right. Well, it's one. I'm glad you haven't seen any episodes because I've been using the word a lot. Because everybody, it's a very hit and miss, and we'll see if you got it. I think you might, because I think it's used in your profession. But the word is liaison.
Liaison?
Oh, my bad. Liaison. I said liaison, but yeah.
Sorry, I just wasn't. Not that I was correcting you. I just wanted to make sure I was hearing the same word. Liaison.
Oh my God, you were so close. And
Did
you
I add an extra I?
But you know, go for it again. You got one more chance.
Fuck. You know, okay. I don't even want to say this after, but I'm gonna be, you know, authentic and out there. But Laision.
Wow. I'm sorry, you got it wrong. But
okay.
You know what's crazy is that you got the people who get it wrong, they get it wrong in a different way. And basically, when you had said the first, it's Liaison.
And so I knew I added an extra I somewhere. I wasn't sure if it was okay. So I'll share a little bit of what's really embarrassing.
Go ahead.
My job, before my current job, my past life, my job title was clinical liaison. And for the life of me, like, I never needed to ever spell out my role because it's only in a resume and I use autocorrect.
It's ruined us. Spell check has ruined us for sure.
Fuck. Man, that was the title of my job. Really? It's fine. I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I can't spell. And I can't spell in French. So.
Oh, that's right. It is French. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I had to look it up. I had to look it up one time, like the etymology. But yeah.
I should have asked, can I have the origin of the word, please? I should have went true spelling bee style. But, you know, that's not fair. I already knew the answer to those.
It's all good. All right, we're moving on to some more warm-up questions. This next one is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather know what the audience wants to know about me.
Ooh, that's interesting. I wish this was live right now, so then
yeah,
you know,
can
get the
we have some celebrity shot questions right now?
Not yet. I'm not set up or prepared for that. But eventually.
Oh man, let me think about that some more. What is something that I want people to know about me?
Ask your partner right now. Just be like, hey, what should I say?
is inside. I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna think of random things.
For sure.
Well, things that I like about myself, I'll just share. Right now, I love my 2 cats, even though I never thought I'd ever be a cat person, and I used to be allergic to cats until I actually had cats.
Interesting.
I love board games and Disneyland, as Jan obviously knows. And yeah, I'm trying to be as open and as authentic as possible for you folks, and I really hope that things that I say resonate with you in some sort of way. Because I love it when people connect. And right now, I'm just really excited to reconnect with Jan, because he's been one of my best friends from high school, if you didn't already know that. If so, there's another new fact that you know about me. So yeah, here, me, ma, blah, blah.
I got you.
I'll leave it at that.
Yo.
I'm awkward too, if that wasn't already obvious.
Just be yourself. Be yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, have you played Machikoro yet? It's a board game.
Is that the one where you go through a journey in Japan, like either collecting stuff at a spa or food, or is it that one?
No, it's not that one. It's a little bit like Monopoly, but like with cards. Monopoly with cards. I've never played the Monopoly card game, but
Monopoly Go, it's so good, but
really?
I hate it because I hate Monopoly. Like, I just hate this. I hate those games that make you hate your friend for taking something that you want. Like,
oh yeah, it's one of those games. It's one of those games.
Okay.
But
I mean, I'll play it, but I can't say that it's my favorite.
maybe we'll play it one day, But yeah, I now finally understand like the whole excitement around board games. I don't know why, but as I gotten older, I'm like, oh shit, I want to pick up this game. I want to pick up this game, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting to that point. Yeah.
Let's start a separate podcast of us playing board games.
We definitely can. That would be dope as hell. I'm all for it.
I have so many. I'll show you later.
Okay, we got you. All right. Well, the next question is, if someone were to pay you a tribute, how would you like to be honored? If I was going to say, today I'm going to honor Kristine in some way, what kind of act could I do for you?
An act?
It could be an act. It could be anything. Act is just go-to.
If I died...
It don't have to be because you died. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, okay, sorry. Pay tribute is like, oh, you died and then pay tribute. Okay. Okay, so just to kind of like honor and celebrate me as of today for the person who I am. Fuck. I can't really say that there's a particular accomplishment that I'm proud of that I'd want to be honored for. But the only thing that's sticking out to me, like if it happens, like I don't really want anything like that, but if someone were to just acknowledge something that I've done, the thing that's most prominent to me right now is that I just started becoming the educator for my department, and people are telling me that, I'm a great fit for the job and that they really appreciate the work that I do. And I guess that's really the only thing I could ask for. I'm glad that I'm making some kind of contribution and that people are valuing the input that I provide, and knowing that the work I do is something that people find important is nice.
For sure. Well...
Sorry, one sec.
Oh, go for it.
Okay. I'm back.
Yeah. Are they all right?
They are okay. They were, I don't know what they were meowing at. They just wanted something and I couldn't give it to them. So.
I gotcha.
Cats.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that cat life. Well,
it's okay. They will meow for apparently no reason.
hey, they do what they do.
A reason that I just don't understand. I don't speak cat. So.
Not yet. You'll get there.
Right, that's true. They're only 1 year old.
Oh snap! Okay.
Yeah, their birthday was. We're assuming they were born on the 18th or the 17th or something. So March 17th is when we'll say they were born.
Gotcha. The last question for the warm up is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
Ooh, I say 6.
Interesting. Well, why a 6?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot that I think I know about myself, and there's a lot that I don't know about myself. You know, like I feel like I just think I know a lot of it. And there's always something new to discover, and I don't want to discount things that I don't know.
I feel you.
6, yeah. Okay, maybe 6.5.
I gotcha.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, I think we get closer as we get older sometimes, you know, or like it increases as we get older, hopefully, for most people. What would you say? I know you kind of mentioned what you liked about yourself in the previous question, but what's your favorite thing about your personality?
I'd like to say that I'm pretty damn flexible, not physically, but like I can adapt pretty well. I really honor myself in that. You know, I get put in a lot of different situations, and sometimes I don't like it, and that's okay. I can work with it, and even if I hate it, I'll try, and I'll be flexible.
I wish I could be more like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm also afraid to say fuck. I don't want to do that. You know.
Oh, I got you.
But that also plays to flexibility. Like, I have this power to say no, and this power to say yes, and this power to say that, you know, I can make things work, and acknowledge for the times that I can't make it work. So, I mean, I think that will come with it, just because I can't do everything. But yeah, I like to at least try.
Have you ever had a problem to saying no before, or?
I have had problems saying no, and that got me into a lot of trouble. I'm just thinking about it with work, because sometimes I say that I'll try to deliver on things, and that's a bit of an empty promise, because I'm not saying that I am gonna do a certain thing, and that's been very much of a learning area for me, because I'm starting to recognize where my limits are and say, you know what? I can't do that. What I can do is this. So yeah, I think that's where my flexibility comes in. Like, I can provide an alternative. Like, this is what I can do, and I just can't meet what you're asking from me. And I'll try to make it work, but it just might not.
I feel you. I mean, I've always had a hard time saying no as well. Why do you think that is? I feel like for most people, it's harder to say no. And yeah, just your perspective. Why do you think it can be hard to say no?
Jen, I think you and I were raised that way by our parents.
Yeah.
Like, we're constantly trying to please people. Like, you know, but I think from our culture, we were raised to, excuse me, sorry, cat. We were raised to, you know, honor your elder and do what they say, and their request is unreasonable and you do it anyway. So it's really, we've been raised in the sense that it's hard to say no when requests are made out of us. And I think over time I've realized how disempowering that is, because we're led to think that we have to do what's asked of us rather than evaluate what the request is and really look at ourselves and say, is this something that I can do or not? And then being okay with saying that I can't. I think pride has a bit of a play in that too. I don't want to say that I can't do something.
True. Yeah.
But now I'm realizing that there is so much more power to say, you know what, I can't. And that's not bad, and that's not wrong. That's how it is, and that's okay.
No doubt. What advice? Well, I guess you kind of did. I was gonna say, what advice would you give someone who has a hard time saying no? But like you said,
that's it. Saying no is not bad.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we made it to the main portion of the podcast.
That was only the beginning.
That was only the beginning. That was the warm up right there. So
you made me spell.
Yeah, I had to do it early. I used to do it later on in the podcast, but I think it's better in the beginning. Just have fun with it. But yeah, so now you just give me a number between 1 and 34, but an A, B, C. So A is the hardest, B is medium, and C is the easiest.
Okay. Do I want to make things interesting, or do I want to play it safe?
It's all up to you. It's all up to you.
The number I'll pick is 15 because my birthday's coming up. Woo woo! Let's start with 15C.
15C. All right, I got you. Okay. What is something you want to get into more?
Ooh, yes. Roller skating.
For sure.
And I'm so excited. I rollerbladed when I was a kid. I've put on roller skates before, and I've also put them on at the beginning of the pandemic. But at this point, at my age, my body isn't functioning in the way I'd like. And if you saw me in roller skates today, right this second, I would look like a newborn giraffe.
I don't know what that. I can't imagine that. I'd have to see it in person.
Newborn giraffes, they're they don't know how to walk. They're all wobbly and
I got you.
So that's what I would look like, and that's something I want to work on. And so that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm really excited to just work on some new physical skill because with this pandemic, I haven't been getting out. Haven't really been doing much but work and eat and cook and eat and work.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I want to roller skate more and get better at that. I also I'm gonna out myself about how I don't want to say I'm lame, but I just learned how to ride a bike.
Oh wow.
So I want to get better at that for sure.
That's hella funny because I had thought about you don't, and then I was like, oh yeah.
I don't. Come on. You see where I live. I live on a fucking hill. You think that when I was a kid, I wanted to ride a bike up a hill? Probably. I don't know. But I was also a scared child, and I was never let outside. See, now I'm just making up excuses for myself for why I didn't learn a bike. I just didn't learn a bike because I was scared. All the other things were just extras excuses for me. I lived on a hill. I wasn't let outside. My sister stole my tricycle. Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. I was just scared to learn how to ride a bike. But yeah, actually, at the start of the pandemic, Johnny's my partner. He was like, we're just going to do it. Let's go. And we we took the bikes up to St. Mary's Park and rode around the little tennis courts, and we did it. And I think that I'm really fortunate to have Johnny, because so Johnny is he's a civil engineer, and he designs the bike lanes for San Francisco.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah.
And so he's like my bike expert. Like, we took my sister's old bike from I don't even know when. It's heavy as fuck, but it also doesn't have enough gears for me to go uphill. So I'm over here like trying to chug away, going up hills. But it's good. Like, I'm learning more about bicycles. I'm building some endurance, and we are fixing up the bike so that it's actually something I can use comfortably. So I feel like I'm getting there with that, and now my new goal is let's get something else more active to go in, and that's where roller skates came in.
You all about the wheels now. I see you.
Yeah. And I'm trying not to drive since I work so close, and we'll see. Maybe one day I'll be able to ride my bike to work, but right now I'm fucking terrified to be around other cars. They scare me.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
What's it called? Have you been to the Church of Eight Wheels yet?
I mean, it's Linktr.ee Park. It's right there. I've been there, but I personally have not skated there because I'm also afraid of how I'll look. You know, I look like a baby giraffe around all these other adult giraffes. So it's a little embarrassing, and I think I'm letting my pride get in my way right now.
Okay. Hey, the follow-up question was what barriers are preventing you from getting into it? So would you just say the pride?
Pride and getting hurt, which is not as painful as my pride getting hurt.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna throw you a curveball right now. I know you haven't seen the episode, so you don't really know how the format works.
Yeah.
But it switches from time to time. This is a new thing. They're curveballs, and instead of 1 to 34, they're 1 through 7. So, give me a 1 through 7. This 4, and this is a fill in the blank, and it is I'm too old to blank.
Climb a 14er. A mountain that's more than 14,000 feet. I'm too old to climb that.
No, you're not.
I'm probably not. I mean, I'm discouraging myself. Probably not. Okay, let me think of something else I'm too old to do. Because that's probably attainable in the next 5 years if I actually did do more activity. So, what am I too old to do? I can tell you what something I think I'm too old to do because I'm afraid of doing it at my age. I'm afraid of switching careers.
Whoa, that's deep. What do you mean? I thought you were gonna be forever.
I love being a nurse. And case management is a completely different kind of nursing. So I'm really grateful to learn something so new. And I also love teaching. But I am afraid of a career that would require me to go back to school. I don't want
Who wants to go?
that.
Who wants to go back to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, not that I'm too old to do it. It's just like, well, at this point, like, my career is pretty great. I'm gonna set myself up for life. I have these golden handcuffs from, San Francisco City and County. So leaving is really hard. And I don't know if I'll build up the courage to say that I'm gonna leave and do something completely different.
I gotcha. Maybe the time's just not right. Maybe you just haven't found that next thing. But don't be scared. You can do it.
Life is filled with endless possibilities. Yeah, it's just at this moment, like I don't know if I'm ready for that. I'm terrified of that, and I feel like it's too late. But I will say that there are so many things in life that I do enjoy doing. Like I love cooking. I love making things. I love, even in the realm of nursing, I love wounds, you know.
You love what? What was that?
Wounds, like open, festering, oozy
Wounds.
things.
I got you.
Wounds, like real wounds, not emotional ones. Like
Oh.
open wounds.
I was gonna say
Not
emotional.
that emotional wounds aren't real, but physical ones, like actual physical wounds.
I got you.
I there's no way I can address emotional wounds though. That's way too heavy for me.
Would you ever consider teaching? Like teaching?
I have, you know, and I think that the job that I'm in right now is putting me in a good position to do so. I am, in a sense, doing a lot of teaching right now. You know, I teach my patients about how to take care of themselves. I teach my doctors about the things that are needed to do certain things in the hospital setting. I teach my colleagues about new job functions that we do every day, and actually as of later this mid-June, I'm formally accepting a position as the educator in my department. So that's a huge change too, directly related to teaching.
Congrats.
But in a sense of, thank you. In a sense of teaching in an institution for, you know, like a university or a school, I'm not sure if I'm there yet per se, because that is something that requires me to go back to school for. But yeah, teaching is there. It exists. It's not out of reach. You know, it's just right now I'm not sure if I'm ready to leave my current job or the current security that I have with what's going on. So.
I got you. Yeah, I don't think I have that kind of security. So this whole changing of careers for me is just a necessity. But you know, what I was gonna say. Never mind. I totally fucking forgot. My bad.
I guess I dodged a bullet there.
Maybe you did. All right, let's jump back into the numbers. Go ahead and give me a letter and a number.
9B.
9B. What gets you up in the morning?
Oh, the cat.
For sure. They jump on you? So
we've been putting them outside on the patio though, so we've been getting more sleep, but honestly sometimes it gets a little heartbreaking because you hear them like like they meow and they fucking paw at the door. I'm like, oh, stop. But they just know that we feed them and they're hungry, so they're trying to tell us like, let us fucking inside, it's cold and we're hungry.
I got you.
So that's one of the things that wakes me up in the morning. But what actually gets me up in the morning, you know, lately it's been, it hasn't been much. It's just been like me going through the motions of my alarm goes off, I have to get to work. And then I tell myself, I love my job. You know, it gets hard. It gets hard getting up, and it gets hard feeling like you have enough rest. It gets hard feeling comfortable with the things that come up when you first open your eyes, with all those thoughts that come. So I guess those are the things that get me up, you know. It sounds a little drab, but I am motivated by the things that happen later on in the day. You know, like I look forward to the people that I see and the feelings that I get when things do go well. And I tell myself that, you know, it's not always going to be a hard day. So
I got you.
Yeah, the morning itself is not what gets me going. It's the rest of the day that has me looking forward to it.
I'm gonna have to add that to the question, because I feel like that's relatable, right? Like getting up in the morning is not everybody's favorite jam, but yeah, it's definitely what we end up doing throughout the day. I feel like, and you're right. You're right. I just realized that.
Yeah, I realized also too that when I used to drink so much coffee, that was one of the things that I really looked forward to, having that ritual of, I'm gonna get up, the first thing I'm gonna smell is a bag of coffee, I'm gonna grind my coffee, I'm gonna make my cup, it's gonna be perfect, it's gonna be exactly the way I want it, because that's something I can control,
I see.
And now that I don't have that ritual anymore, I guess that's one thing that just, it's not something immediately in the morning that I'd say, I'm gonna get up and make my coffee. It's now, I'm gonna get up and blah, 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 job, morning routine, and then I'm at work and I see my people, or it's the weekend and I see my people, and I have routines for these days, and I look forward to all these other things instead. That really makes me feel like I'm connected to the people that I love.
For sure. Damn, you dodging bullets, because I came up with another question as you were talking, and I was like, oh fuck, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm really sucking you into my answers now.
Well, it's because we haven't talked in a long time. I really want to make sure I'm catching everything. It came back to me.
Okay.
So, well, since we haven't talked in a long time, I will tell you that these past 11 years, I probably have had 12, 13 jobs in different places. But yeah, what advice could you give me, yo, to like have that longevity in one spot? Because I mean, I had my reasons or my excuses, but that's just the reality. Anyways, drop some knowledge on me.
Dude, keep going and apply for big things. Like just try it. And everyone that you know and everyone that you talk to, not that you don't do this already, I'm pretty sure you do, but just talk about what you like and what you love, and generate what you want out of your life, and something might come up. Someone might even make an offer. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I kind of fell into my current job because I remember one of my old coworkers, I told her, I'm bored with what I do. I want something different, and I think it's time for a change. And she said to me, do you want to apply to SF General? It's like, okay. And so I applied, I went through the process, and here I am now. Like, it was just all in this process of me putting it out there as a possibility.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know. Like, I feel like you do all those things.
I've been very quiet. Like, I don't know. You knew me in high school, and you knew me like early college years. But then after that, I got really quiet these past 10 years. Like, I kept to myself, and yeah, and I'm just getting back into what I feel like is my old self, and part of my new self doing this thing. And yeah, I think I'm trying. I'll tell you that I just applied for a job at KQED, like PBS thing. Yeah. It's for youth media, or like program manager for youth media, which is a fucking long shot because I don't have any experience in that except for the stuff that I do outside of work. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, talk about why you're passionate about it, and that might make enough of a difference if they interview you.
I guess I'm nervous though. I'm nervous if I do get it that I'm gonna be so far behind, and I have to like make shit up as I go along. So who knows? We'll see. I haven't got a call back or nothing, but.
I mean, yeah, and that just goes for any new job though. Anyone can have all of the qualifications for a job, but they're never really going to know if they know everything or if they're an expert in it until they do it, until they see what's going on and what there is there for them. So
for sure,
I'm excited for you. I look forward to hearing more about your your job search endeavors.
For sure.
This is exciting.
Yeah. There's a bunch. But yeah, we can get into that. So let me throw you another curveball right now. This one is a shout out question. So you're gonna have to shout someone out or some people out. It's up to you. It's always hard. It's hard on folks because they don't want to miss anybody. But give me a number between 1 and 7.
5.
All right, this one.
Why'd you go?
Well, because for me this would be a hard question to answer as well.
No. Oh, okay.
And you might be like, nah, nobody. I don't know. But who would you like to apologize to?
I feel like it's always going to be the same question for me. I mean, the same answer for me. My mom. I always feel like I want to apologize, to my mom. You know, like, it's not that we don't have a good relationship, and it's not that we have a bad one. But there are moments where I feel like I wish things were different. And I feel bad that I wish that, you know, like, my mom tries so hard to be loving and caring and to just be there for me, and I take a lot of that for granted. And I feel like I just don't tell her enough that she did a great job raising a girl. Like, it's fucking hard to raise women, and I feel like I don't tell her enough that I am truly a product of her efforts. You know, and there isn't anything else that she has to do to feel like she did a good job, you know. So I would want to apologize to her about not thanking her enough, not acknowledging her enough, all the times I yell at her, even though she's so fucking nice to me, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you for sharing. That's a hard question to answer sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to just admit that I'm at fault for things, but yeah, that's a big one for me.
Well, let's make your mom feel good right now. How are you like her?
In every sort of fucking way, honestly. Like, it's so funny. We do laundry the same way. Like, I learned all of my both good and frustrating habits from her. She double checks everything, and for her, it makes her late to everything. For me, it makes me angry. Like, oh my god, you're fucking late to everything. But I double check everything too. Things are safe. She's a fantastic nurse. I mean, I only learned that from her love and compassion, really. So I'm like both of my parents in a lot of different ways, you know.
Now, give a shout out to your pops. How do you like your pops?
Oh man, well, we both like to drink, first of all. And I like to, not that I'm that great with people, but my dad, in a sense, I see how much charisma he has, and I've always tried to embody that, really. You know, he's so easygoing with the people he knows, and everyone loves him in some sort of way, and I can only ask for the same thing. I would love if my dad's friends, I would love if the people that I knew saw me the way that his friends saw him. You know, like, reliable, helpful, caring. He's always down to just do something for you. Like, he'll make you lunch. He'll redo the steps on your deck. He'll do anything out of service as long as he gets to hang out with you and have a beer.
For sure.
So I relate a lot of that to my dad. You know, like, I am happy to do anything for you because I just want to spend time with you.
sure. I see that. And I mean, you know, it's funny. Your dad always gave me the impression of like, maybe because I just seen him when he's drunk and maybe like, you know, partying or something. But it's like he has that I don't give a fuck attitude. But like, you know, he's like, I'm gonna have fun. You know, fuck you if you're not having fun.
Yeah. He's so easygoing in that sense. Yeah. I mean, initially be like, oh well, let's get shit done, and then all right, fuck it. it's now 3:00. We're getting ready for dinner. It's time to party. Fuck everything else. So yeah, you usually see him after those hours.
Work hard, party hard, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. For sure. Let's jump back into, just a heads up, we have about 10-15 minutes left in the podcast.
Okay.
Just want to thank you again for coming on. It's been great to reconnect, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's been dope. Go ahead and throw me another letter and number.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just gonna turn some lights on because it's starting to get dark on my side.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, so I'm in my dad built a patio.
That's sick.
Adjacent to my room, so that's where I'm at right now. Okay, another number and a letter. Let's see. 26. I'll go for a question this time.
All right. List 3 things that you love.
Oh, that's easy. Lefty.
Okay.
T-Bud.
All right.
I mean, and can I just make the last one a group of people, like people I live with, parents and my partner?
Okay.
That just goes together. My immediate core right now, and that's the people I live with. I'm really loving. They're really, really important to me right now because of everything. They've been an insanely huge part of my support system, and honestly I don't know how I would have handled anything in life without any of them.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, since you said this question was easy, I'm gonna give you the hard part of the question. There was a second part, and now I'm gonna force you to do it, but rank them.
Okay, rate them?
Yeah.
No.
That was the hard part.
Oh God. Fuck.
I mean, you go the easy way if you want.
That's not fair. I'm not gonna answer that question.
Okay.
No, that's totally not fair.
No worries.
I can't rank my love like that.
Hey, that's a good answer. But yeah, so it is an easy one you start off with, and then ranking them. I think that's the hard part.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead and throw me another number.
Let's do 2B.
2B.
Should we just do 2A, B, and C? Or C, B, A? I don't know. Oh my God.
If we have time, yeah, we'll do it. Are you sneezing?
I've been actually dealing with the allergies from pollen and everything because the temperatures have been changing so much lately, and
Can't wait for summer though. Summer's right around the corner.
I don't know. My allergies might get worse in the summer.
Oh, did you always have allergies, or is that something that came up?
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't realize I was having allergic symptoms. So basically, Johnny has ruined my life. I never took allergy medications. I always thought this is just how my body is. I can't control it. It is what it is. And then Johnny, he takes allergy medications every night at bedtime, and I was like, oh, okay, well, why do you do that? It's like, oh, I have bad allergies. Okay, well, go ahead. And then he was like, do you think you have allergies? Like, maybe you should try it. So I tried it, and it changed my life. Like, oh my God, this stuff works. And some days they're fantastic. I don't have any symptoms. And other days it just gets really bad, and they don't exactly work. So now I know the difference. Now I actually know what it's like to not have any allergy symptoms. So I understand, but it ruined me. I should have just lived in complete and utter
bliss, ignorance,
oblivion. I should have just been oblivious to this. But now I know, and it ruined my life.
That's interesting. Cause I've had my partner tell me that I have allergies, and I'm like, nah, my nose is like that because I vape, and and like
it's postnasal drip. I even said no, I just have postnasal drip. Like, I even have a diagnosis. Like, I know what's going on with my body. It is a response that my body is having. It's postnasal drip. It's like, yeah, that sounds like allergies. You're having allergies. Like, okay, fine.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I've never taken allergy medicine, so I don't know if it's going to affect me or not. But that's
Don't do it.
I can do this. My body can do this. Yeah,
you can handle it without knowing the effects of allergy medications. You can survive, don't worry.
For sure. Hey, that's what I'm going to say. I can survive. All right, well,
unless it actually will kill you, then you have to take Benadryl. Like, anaphylaxis could actually kill you. So.
What can?
Like severe allergy. There is to some degree a severe allergic reaction that could kill you, but so far it hasn't affected you, so you're fine.
Yeah. Well, you know how people like develop allergies as they get older. I just hope I don't get allergic to any food. That's gonna be shitty for me, but yeah. Have any other allergies developed for you, or you still cool?
Not really. I mean, so far allergies are coming and going. It's so funny that you mentioned that too, because do you remember one of my past roommates, Kristine?
Yes. Yeah.
So I remember she was telling me that I'm not, it's been so long since we've had this conversation, so I'm not even sure if I'm mixing it up, but she either used to be allergic to bananas and all of a sudden aren't, or never was allergic to bananas and all of a sudden are. So just something happened and all of a sudden one of those things occurred for her, and it was fucking weird. I want to say she used to be deathly allergic to bananas and now she's fine.
That's a plus though. That's a plus. Man, that's good.
Very bizarre. Very, very bizarre. But yeah, bodies change all the time. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to learn more about it actually. Anyways, 2B, right? 2B?
Yeah.
How do you feel about today's social climate?
Oh, it fucking sucks. I mean, how do I even explain? Like, it sucks in a sense that this is still happening, any of it, really. But I guess it's great that it's happening because we can address it. But fucking really, like, why is this even still a fucking problem?
What's a problem?
Everything. Like, the disparities in healthcare, the inequity in financial wealth, the racism, literally everything.
Is there one particular issue you feel like should be addressed first?
I mean, honestly, all three affect the work that I do. So everything. Like, it sucks that a person cannot get healthcare because they either don't have money, are black, or aren't educated. Like, some people just don't know, and then they don't have access, and then all of a sudden it's their fault. Like, it's just literally everything.
Well, how do you feel about free healthcare at all?
That'd be great.
There's no issues with it. There's no issues with it because I feel like there's always arguments against it. Or is it just better to have it than have the system that we have in place? I
mean, it's so hard to answer that. I think that people just don't realize how important it is to prevent things from happening in their life when it comes to their health. You know, like, people aren't rewarded when they do good things to keep themselves healthy. Instead, they're punished with a bill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that could totally push people to even say, what's the fucking point if all I'm gonna get is a bill? You know, like, we're not empowering people to utilize the resources to take care of themselves. And if they do, they could get turned away, you know, and if they do, they could just not even get everything that they need addressed. You know, there's even the simplest thing of having a provider that speaks your language, an issue, you know?
Yeah.
So I think there's so much that we can do to improve on all of that. And, you know, we wouldn't know things would come up as something to improve on if there weren't problems. So
yeah,
I guess kind of a blessing that things are coming up, but it just sucks that things aren't happening for it.
I got you. Well, thank you for sharing. I know that you were coming from that perspective of, you know, what your experiences have been at your job. That's pretty bananas.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally the tip of the iceberg. Like, there's so many people out there that just, like, people don't have anywhere to live, and if they have, like, heart problems and are on medication, like, their worry is that they don't have anywhere to pee, so they can't take medications. You know, like the simple essential shit like that. And people don't think about how all of these things compile for someone who just don't have access to resources. And then you wonder why people are depressed about how they live their life and are depressed about the conditions that they have. You know, like, it's not anyone else's fault except the systems that we have in place to support them.
If medical debt is one of those things that get passed on to their kid, to people's kids?
No, it kind of gets buried.
That's good. I mean, that's great. Like, I thought it was going to be like, you know, if I got sick and something happened, then, you know, those bills would pass on to my kids. That would be bananas.
Yeah, no, it's actually more, if anything, it's more spousal than it is for children. It depends on insurance, really.
Yeah, insurance. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like,
I don't want to talk about insurance.
What?
I said I don't want to talk about insurance.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I was just thinking about, like, you know, if something happened to me and I knew that, like, oh shit, this medical whatever is gonna cost a lot of money, I might be like, just let me go. Just let me. Like, whatever. I feel like I've lived a good life.
No,
And but yeah, it all depends. But I'm like, oh shit, this is too crazy.
It really depends. Like, it's all going to depend on what's actually being treated, what was done for that, what your insurance would cover. So I think the best advice I can give is ask first what the potential co-payment will be for you. And then from there, I mean, it's really hard to predict because, at least from where I stand, bills don't get, like, delivered until people leave the hospital, just because, like, it's hard to say, oh well, we're gonna bill you for all these things as of today, but you still have other things happening tomorrow, so I don't know what that's actually gonna be. So yeah, it really depends. Insurance is a really, really big part of it.
I mean, I've seen those bills sometimes, and it's like $40 for cotton balls. I'm like, holy shit. So, yeah.
Oh my god, it's even worse in the Philippines. They literally charge you for each item.
Like this, like, one cotton ball.
We use one cotton swab, and we also use, like, this one syringe. Oh, by the way, we need a down payment from you before we put you in a bed.
Yeah.
So relatively, I guess America is not that bad, but dude, the Philippines is a fucking shit show.
Oh yeah, I am familiar. But yeah, just want to let you know we made it to the end of the podcast. I have some
You
concluding.
don't want to do another. You don't want to do like another session, like a whole nother hour. I'm just kidding.
I got to prepare for another one, so I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but
we'll
do it again. We'll do it again. We'll do the board game one. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That
would be so much fun. I'm excited for that.
For sure. Well, before I let you go, I got a couple more. Like, I got some concluding questions for you. And this first one is actually from my previous guest. Trying to find a way to connect my guests together. So I think you'll have an idea of what's coming up next. But this first one is from my previous guest. Shout out to Layla. But she asks, what would you like to ask the next Miss Universe?
The next Miss Universe.
It's very specific, but she's a big fan of the Miss Universe pageant.
I'm like, I don't. The first question that came to mind was inspired by a movie. Describe your perfect date.
They don't ask that in the Miss Universe pageant.
No, they don't. But I'm just thinking of the movie. Do you remember Miss Congeniality?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, it's so funny because the person answering the question literally described a date, like, for example, April 26th. I'm bringing it up because it's your birthday.
I got you. Wow, yeah. Now I get it.
About it. I actually think that she used April 26th as a date. I'm not sure. But she said April, blah, 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 April 26th, because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light sweater.
That's hilarious. I can see. I wasn't expecting that. That's like a typical date. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, picked up, movies, dinner. But yeah. That's hilarious. I mean,
I'm not really that funny. I'm just pulling my jokes from other sources. So I'm giving the credit to Miss Congeniality, the writers of that movie. Fantastic. Thank you. Good job.
All right. Well, damn, my voice cracked. But my second question for you is, what would you like to ask the next question or next guest? Next guest.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping I obviously love board games, and I'm hoping that the next guest also loves board games. So my question is going to be, what is your favorite board game? Why? And are you cutthroat about it?
Okay. Favorite board game, cutthroat, or why? And are you cutthroat? Cool. What are you cutthroat about?
Oh man, right now there's this game that I really love because I love national parks. Oh wait, I haven't told you this. Another thing for us to reconnect on. You remember Miss K, Lucy Karen Fillion?
Yes.
Do you remember how one day we were kicking it at her house and she was talking about how she was inspired by her friend to collect Junior Ranger badges? Okay, so I started doing that and I fucking love it. Like, I'm all about it. And if you don't remember, well, you probably do remember because we went to the Grand Canyon together and we started collecting Junior Ranger badges. So I've kept going and now segue into the board game that I have. It is a national park board game. And it's really vibing with me because I haven't gone to any national parks in the past year, and it's kind of my way of visiting virtual parks for the past year. And I'm super cutthroat about it, even though it's it's really not like that. It's not that kind of game. I kind of just make it that way because I'm competitive.
I got you. I mean, that's pretty dope. How many badges have you collected so far?
So I have the Grand Canyon, and I have what is it called? I'm blanking on names.
It's cool.
The one in New Orleans. I don't remember what it's called. And then I have I have two from Washington. They have two there, and I don't remember what they're called either. I have.
I don't know if I believe you.
I do. I can show you the patches. They're on a backpack this show. I do have them. One of them I tried, but I didn't get because I couldn't redeem my. Oh, that's a different story. Do you remember how there was that whole government shutdown when Trump was in charge of shit?
Oh shit! That was during that time.
In 2017, yeah. So I took a solo trip to Hawaii before I started my current job, and my goal was to go to Volcanoes National Park and get my junior ranger badge there, because I wanted to complete my ring of. Oh, that's the other one, Lassen. I have Lassen because it's part of the Ring of Fire. Okay, so now it's on. Anyway, I wanted to get the one from Hawaii, and I went there and everything is closed. They have volunteers running the gift shop, but there are no rangers. I couldn't swear in as a junior ranger. I couldn't even get the fucking booklet. I downloaded it on my phone and I started selecting things, like doing the activities, and I mailed it to them. And they're like, "Oh well, sorry, it's a shutdown. We don't have any."
Sounds like you gotta go back to Hawaii, do it all over again.
I mean, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. That's cool. I mean, it's funny we talking about these badges like they're Pokemon badges, you know. Gotta catch them.
Hey, you gotta collect them all.
Yeah. That's dope though. I gotta catch up. Shit, I don't even know if I still have my Grand Canyon one. I gotta find it. If I don't, I have to just go get another one.
Get another one. Yeah, get that scorpion badge.
Ooh, that's dope. I forgot there was a scorpion on it. All right. Well, I got one last question. The question that ties everything together, and it could be similar, but it might be different. What would you like your descendants to know about you? So like 500 years down the road, they see this video, you're talking to them. What would you like them to know about you?
You know, they could just watch this video and we'll leave it at that.
Got you. Damn, they gonna know you a private person.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll know more in between all of this, but
I think they got a good idea of who you were from this video.
Right? I think so too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not what it just don't judge me for how I look. Honestly. And of course my descendants aren't going to do that. If anything, they're going to be the people that know me the best. So I don't know what it's going to be like if I say, this is what I want you to know about me. You know, like I can't imagine them not knowing enough to wonder what I'm like.
Not knowing enough to wonder what you were like?
Yeah. Does that make sense? Like,
so you think they'll know you more, or?
I'd like to believe that they'll know me enough that they're not gonna wonder.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Something, yeah.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope so too. The whole purpose of this is for that. So.
Yeah, and if they do have wonders, then this might answer things.
There's what?
Like if they do have wonders, then this podcast might answer questions for them. So.
Maybe.
If anything, I just hope that they'll have nothing but questions for me.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Well, thank you, Kristine, for coming on. It's been a great experience, and I hope you had fun. This was dope for me. And yeah, any last things you want to add before we sign off?
Honestly, I think this is a great start to us reconnecting. You know, again, like the only thing that I regret is that we haven't reconnected sooner, and I'm just excited that this I mean, you generated this. You know, you made this happen for us, and I'm so grateful. I love you, dude.
Same. Thank you. And yeah, folks, thank you to all you guys too for listening and checking out the episode. Appreciate your time as well. So much love. Remember to reach out, reach forward, and